Hi there, it's Katrin from 3Ps. Thanks so much for joining me. In this video, you're going to learn a 2-minute technique for shifting your state and getting rid of cravings. The root of all cravings are the same. So whether your craving is for sugar, for alcohol, for drugs, for sex, for shopping, for worry, whatever your particular habit is that is actually unbalancing your life and you want to get rid of it, this technique will help you shift your state and get rid of a craving. There's no need for you to sit with a craving. There's no need for you to battle through a craving. You simply need to shift your state. And this technique is a neuro-linguistic programming technique combined with meditation to move you from a state of anxiety or whatever it is the unwanted emotion is that's causing the craving to a state of contentment and happiness and fulfillment and gratitude and joy. So I'm not overselling this, I'm telling you what we can do with this technique. So the first thing you need to do is identify when you feel a craving, what you're actually feeling. So if your craving is a craving for, sugar, for example, you identify that you're having a craving and you don't act on it. Instead, you decide that you're going to actually shift your state. Now, in terms of your craving, everyone has a different way they feel craving. Some people feel it very physical, so they feel a sort of ants in the pants type feeling, or you're feeling restlessness, anxiety, a feeling of, there's an impasse that you need to break. Other people feel it more in terms of emotions, so they feel tense, they feel sad, they feel angry, for example. Other people feel it in a more mental way, so they feel brain fog, they feel stuck. Again, anger often features. So when you're having a craving, identify for yourself how it feels. And one of the techniques that you can use is mindfulness, which is to try and identify what you feel and actually investigate, like a scientist, what your craving feels like. And that often takes the fear out of a craving. But this video is about how you can actually shift the craving and get rid of it. So once you've identified that you know what a craving feels like for you or experiences like in your body for you, I'm now going to teach you a 2-minute technique to actually remove that craving and replace it with a much more positive state. Now, this is based on neuro-linguistic programming, which is the idea that your actions and your emotions follow your physiology. So the way you feel in your body, the way you feel in your heart, is actually led by the way that you behave physically, and that can also be influenced by the way you think. So you can actually think yourself happy, in effect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the technique with you. You can do this anywhere. So if you feel a craving when you're out, when you're traveling, when you're at the office, or when you're home, in bed, whatever, you can use this technique. You don't have to lie down, you don't have to have a darkened room. All you need is to be able to think inwards, go inwards slightly, and think about the emotions that are washing your body. So the first thing I'm going to do is very similar to meditation. I'm going to ask you to breathe. And I'm simply going to ask you not to fasten your breath or slow your breathing, just simply to concentrate on your breathing. You can close your eyes if you want to. Obviously, if you're in a public place, so you're driving, you won't be doing that, but you don't need to. But it sometimes can help, certainly initially when you're getting the technique under your belt. So to close your eyes if you can and think about your breathing. Now, if you're experiencing a craving, you'll be feeling uncomfortable. The first thing I want you to do is center on your breathing. So I want you to literally concentrate on saying in as you breathe in and out as you breathe out. In as you breathe in, out as you breathe out. Now, if you've had to think about what it is how you experience the craving and what makes it uncomfortable for you, I now want you to identify that in your body, but not in terms of fully identifying into the feeling, but as a sort of curious observer. You say to yourself, I'm experiencing a craving, I know that because. I'm experiencing a craving, I know that because I have a tightness in my stomach, or my heart is racing, or I feel restless, or I feel anxious, whatever it may be for you. And then I want you to identify an opposite feeling, which would be a much better feeling to have. So the one that you're going to cut and paste in its place. And that feeling, generally you're going to go for positive feelings. So it might be relaxation, it might be energy, it might be feeling of being carefree, feeling of being free, it might be feeling of love. A lot of cravings come from fear, fear about the emotions or things that are going to happen. So it's very much linked to anxiety. So I'm going to use as an example here, love. But if actually the emotion you want is calm, for example, if, for example, you gamble or you drink because you feel anxious, then calm is a good way to go in terms of replacing your craving feeling. So it could be love, it could be calm, it could be gratitude, it could be serenity, it could be energy, whatever it may be. But let's do love. So when you feel this craving, first thing you do is concentrate on your breathing. So you're actually thinking in as you breathe in, out as you breathe out. In as you breathe in, out as you breathe out. Just try to clear your mind. Don't worry if thoughts come in and out, but just try and center on your breathing. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is to think about a time when you felt the emotion you want to feel. So if, for example, it's love, think about a time when you felt totally loved, in love, giving love, receiving love. That can be with anybody, with your spouse, with your children, with God, whatever it may be. Think about that feeling and associate straight into it. So actually think about an actual instance when you felt that emotion, when you felt love, and actually see the scene in your mind. So see what you see, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt. Actually associate back as if it was still happening. Picture that in your brain like a movie, and take those emotions that you feel and wash your whole body with them. So as you breathe in, you're going to breathe that emotion into your body. You're going to breathe those feelings. You're going to breathe that picture into your body, and let those emotions go right through your cells, right through your blood system, right through your lymph system, so that all of your cells are washed with that emotion. So really intensify that feeling of love. Breathe in the scene, let it spread out through all your body. It sometimes helps if you put your hands over your heart, and that centers that feeling for you, but the feeling is going to come in through your heart and it's going to distribute throughout your body as you breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to get rid of the feeling and emotion you don't want. So you're physically going to say out and then anger, or out and then fear, or out and then stress, and then in comes love. Wash it through your body. Out goes anger. Breathe in comes love. Wash it through your body. Out comes anger. And you should feel this feeling intensify and intensify and intensify. And I want you to keep feeling that feeling. And then I want you to think about something you're grateful for. So, for example, something small. Maybe your child told you they loved you this morning. Maybe someone said thank you on the train and was very polite to you. So maybe you saw some beautiful flowers this morning. It can be something very, very small. It can be something large, you know, some big family event or something that's happened that's made you very grateful. But feel that feeling of gratitude. So you're now washing your body with love, and you're also now starting to think about something that just makes you very grateful today. And then I want you to think about another thing that's made you grateful today. Again, it can be big or small. It could be, you know, I'm grateful that I remembered the money for my train fare. I'm grateful that I made myself a healthy lunch. I can feed my body in a healthy way at lunchtime. Whatever it may be, think about that second thing you're grateful for, and then think about the third thing you're grateful for. And again, just think about things you're grateful for while you continue to wash your cells with love as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're getting rid of the uncomfortable feelings. When you're ready, when you feel that you've got those gratitudes fully through your body and the love through your body, you can open your eyes, you can come back to the room, you can come back to whatever else you were doing. You should feel now that your state has changed utterly. You've gone from whatever the craving state was for you to a state of, if it's love, a state of calm, happiness, fulfillment. The reason that I put the gratitude visualization on the end of it is because that also allows you to step out of yourself. Although we are fighting the craving, or we are cutting and pasting and removing the craving by inserting a new emotion, it's also really important for long-term happiness and fulfillment that you look outside yourself. And gratitude is a great way of doing that, because gratitude is saying I'm grateful for something else, not just about me. So that's how you manage cravings in a visualization context. I hope that's helpful. It'd be really great to hear from you if you start to use the technique. It'll get easier as you use it more. You can use it as many times as you want a day. You know, unlike most things that you crave, this one is actually really good for you. So do it as much as you can. It's also a really good thing to do first thing in the morning when you wake up to get yourself in a really peak state. You can also use it if you've got, you know, particularly difficult meetings you're expecting, or you just want to be in a better state of mind. It's a good thing to just stop and do this technique. As I said, put a message below this video to tell me how you got on. I'd be really interested. You can also message us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/3Ps Media. You can please do subscribe. So click the button below so I can see how relaxed I am after the visualization. Please click the box below. There are lots of videos on here. There are some other visualization videos on here. There's also videos about fitness because I'm a personal trainer, specialist in weight, so there's stuff around building your body. There's also stuff about diet and weight loss because we've published some weight loss books, and there's stuff about going alcohol free, which I think is a real key to fulfilling your potential, having the best life you can have. So this is Catching with 3Ps saying it's been an absolute privilege. I hope I've helped you. I hope my skills have helped you. If I can be of any further service, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.